Hey, welcome back to the shop. Man, has it been a while? Super busy, as always. What can we say? Summertime hit us, it just got busy. A product that we build took off, and just been super busy. So we're here unveiling or showing you our new machine. So it's new machine day here at George's place. We have just, like I said, a small fabrication shop. You know that I'm rebuilding or renovating or rejuvenating the Sydney lathe, the 1943 Sydney lathe, 16 by 72. And I love it. I just haven't had time to work on it. So we build a bunch of little round or turn parts. And I've been relying on my Harbor Freight mini lathe to do it. And I just can't keep up. So, you know, in manufacturing, you know, I work for, you know, the largest truck manufacturer in the U.S. So one of the things you have to recognize pretty quick is where your bottlenecks are in production. So we had two major bottlenecks, three maybe if you count the powder coating, but we won't count that one. And then one that I created. So our biggest thing was how to finish the rollers that I build. Painting was okay. It wasn't as protecting as I wanted. It wasn't as durable. It took too long. Parts were hard to, or the equipment was hard to clean afterwards. So we switched to powder coating. I didn't want to send it out. I want to do it in-house. Everything I do is done in here. So I built a powder coating oven last year, learned how to powder coat. Should have done it years ago. Hands down, one of the best decisions we ever made. The finishes are just way more durable. One coat, and you're done. That led to bottleneck number one, which was the sandblaster. So we had the small Harbor Freight sandblaster, and the pieces that we powder coat are roughly, I don't know, 30 inches or so when they're assembled or welded together. And then you sandblast it, that cleans it, and then you take it to the spray room, and then you powder coat it, put it in the oven, you're done. But the Harbor Freight one, while it worked really, really good with the Eastwood upgrade that I did to it, wasn't big enough. So that put me in the hunt for a bigger blast cabinet. Blast It All is here in our hometown in Rowan County in North Carolina, central North Carolina. It's a great company. They build good products. So one day at work, a buddy of mine that works in the lab or in the quality lab when I used to work in there found one on Facebook Marketplace. And it's perfect. I said, well, what the heck, let's go look at it. So I took my brother out there and we looked at it, and it was exactly what we wanted. Struck a deal with them, hauled it home, and I rebuilt it. So everything on it is, well, there wasn't really anything wrong with it other than it needed a nice paint job. And I just wanted it to look good. So I liked the red and the black of the Harbor Freight one, so we went back red and black. If you know Blast It All, they're primarily just a gray color. I really like the red and black. I almost wish I'd have went and had the case powder coated now. We painted the red because my oven's not that big to get the red in there, but everything else of it was powder coated black. It turned out fabulous. Works like a champ. Electric pneumatic solenoid works the foot pedal so your foot doesn't get tired holding down a air regulator, air pressure part of it is perfect. Just a little micro switch on there, you can switch feet. I love it. It works great. Led to another bottleneck, which is air compressor now. So my, 13 or 14 CFM air compressor won't cut it with that thing. So it was barely hanging on with the Harbor Freight, but it's not cutting it out. It's not cutting it with that one. But I think my bigger bottleneck right now was getting all my little parts turned. So we bought a Tormach lathe. I don't know CNC. I didn't want to spend a ton of money and break something. So Tormach was an inexpensive option. We bought the Tormach 8L lathe. It should be perfect. The biggest part I turn is 3/4 round by about 5 inches long. Should be perfect. It's steel. That's the only thing. Everything I make is out of steel. But that's what we bought. Let me turn around and I'll show you what it looks like in the boxes, how it came. Very well packaged. Let me turn around. So this is what we got. Two big old pallets came, or not two big old pallets, but two big pallets came on truck carrier. I love the whole process of buying it. No problems. Placed the order, got the financing, of course. The order was placed, and I don't even think it was 8 days. Now, I'd have to think about how many days it was exactly. It wasn't long. Definitely less than 2 weeks the lathe is sitting here. It looks like it's very well packaged, of course. There's no dents or dings on the thing. The driver pulled up to a side street. I took the tractor. I have forks for my tractor. Went out there, hauled them across the field, and they're in the shop today. So now we start the unboxing process and see how it all goes. So I'll probably time lapse that and stop it where we need to anything that we see that's weird or anything like that. The model that we did get was the full-blown package. I think they were out of the tooling, so I just ordered an inexpensive set from, I shouldn't say inexpensive, but I ordered a set off of Amazon just to get something here. I have some tooling from the mini lathe, but I'm not sure that any of that stuff will fit, but it's 3/8 shank stuff, and I like it. It works great on the Harbor Freight thing, so if it leaves a better finish on this, I'll be even more impressed. Like I said, I've tortured that thing. That little Harbor Freight mini lathe has had the heck beat out of that thing. So I reckon I'll start the uncrating. We'll probably do that tomorrow. It's late in the afternoon on a Friday. Just got off of work, so I think I'm going to have a beer, relax, and then hit this thing in the morning. So we'll probably time lapse, like I said, time lapse the video and let you all know what it looks like. But so far, if this is any indication, it's packaged very well, so we'll see how it goes. We've got to find a spot to put it too. So we'll be back in the morning. And by the magic of video editing, it's the next morning. So I'm ready to go, I think. I have my trusty Rubbermaid cart ready to go. Probably open up all the loose parts first and then hit the crates next. Gonna set up a time lapse. I have never done one on my iPhone. So my brother does it on his YouTube channel. So I figured, what the heck, let's give it a whirl. They look pretty good. I'm gonna set it up and we'll get, see what today brings us. Hopefully we'll have it all powered up, put together, powered up, and at least moving. Don't know about any chips yet, but we'll see. So let me set up my iPhone and we'll start doing this. All right, well, hopefully you just saw a very short clip of unpacking all this stuff. Packed very, very well. Very impressed. Major components that needed protecting was in a wooden box, stapled very well. There's enough wood here probably to heat the shop for one day on a cold winter's day. So happy with that. Bunch of cardboard, plenty of styrofoam. The operator's manual. It had a bunch of the stickers on here with a QR code on it so you could scan to get the latest paperwork. Pretty nice. So I reckon that's it. That's all the small parts unboxing. Like I said, very well protected. I ordered some extra tool holders. They look to be the same exact size as what for the mini lathe. So just glancing at it, they look to be identical. So some of my mini lathe tooling will work on this too. So it's a good thing. The stud might be a little longer on the top, so maybe more room for adjustment. Might be able to get 1/2 inch tooling in where I could only get 3/8 tooling on my mini lathe. So we'll mess around with that and see. A little more rigidity is not going to hurt for sure. And probably a wider selection of inserts too. So we got everything unboxed. The small parts, I should say, unboxed. I'm going to sort of arrange this thing. The lathe is actually going to go on the opposite side of the shop. I moved my TV over here so I could get the sandblaster over there. The sandblast cabinet was too big, so I had to move the TV from that side of the shop, and we put it over here on this side of the shop. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have it sort of sitting in line with the Sydney lathe, maybe sticking out a little further with the back side facing this way. So when you're operating, I mean, if you, in between runs or whatever, you can look up and still be able to watch the TV, or if something catches your eye. A lot of times I'll leave YouTube videos up there and get caught up and listen to it more than watch it, but I still get caught up on it. And then, it just gives you something to watch. We'll see. Might use the back of the Tormach for a sticker board. Never know. So anyway, So the next thing is we're going to uncrate this stuff. So let me move this camera, which I haven't seen it yet, so I hope it took a good video. Let me move that, and then we'll get the big stuff, start to get the big stuff undone. Like I said, it's going over there, so I might have to move that camera once we get everything kind of arranged where I want to. Probably use the gantry crane. I'm sure we're going to use the gantry crane to lift the lathe onto the stand, or the lathe onto the stand, whichever one's which. So that's next. So let me get moved around, and I will be back. We might break this up into 2 videos if it gets to be too long. So, you know, be prepared for that. I'll put parts 1 and 2 pretty quick together. All right, be right back. All right, welcome back. We have it all assembled. I started filming the assembly and got a little discouraged. Some of the instructions didn't go along with the parts that we received. So the base is totally different from what the drawing is. So you kind of had to figure that one out. It had a QR code on there that you could take a picture of the QR code, and it would put in the part number. It would take you to the website. Then you're supposed to put in the part number, and it would supposed to take you to the instructions how to install it. It didn't work. So that just set us back a little bit. My brother came over, so he helped me get it put together. We used the gantry crane to lift all the heavy pieces together. Overall construction is, the lathe part is very good. The stand, not so good. It's just, maybe I was expecting too much. The paint is kind of uneven. It's light in places. It's got overspray on it. The grind marks, good gosh, the grind marks all across here. I'll put up a little, while we had it on the back, taking it off the pallet, I took some video with my iPhone. I'll put it on here so you can see. Maybe I was expecting too much. I don't know. Would I order it with the stand again? No, would not order it with the stand. Would I order it with the Path Pilot controller? Probably. I like this. Very heavy, very robust. It's all in one. At work, we have some torque carts where we check our torque tools, and it has an integrated computer touchscreen from Phoenix, and they work great. If you've ever worked with a touchscreen that's integrated into your workflow, it's great. So other than that, you know, a few other things in the instruction manual. It says look for like an M4 cap screw, socket heads cap screw. There was no M4 socket heads cap screw, so we found one that fit, and we're assuming that's the right one because there was only 4 of them. Just little things like that. The little things that annoy you when you don't know how to assemble something. That's what happened. But either way, here it is. I haven't even scraped the cosmoline off of it, and we're ready to fire it up. So the book says to turn on the main power, which is over here. E-stops out. So the E-stops are out. And Path Pilot's booting up. Might have to get the book so I can remember exactly all the steps. So it might take a minute. It might scrub through this part a little bit faster. Fast forward it anyway through here. All right. So we're ready to go. The first thing it said to do was hit reset. So we're going to hit reset. Well, it's turned on and it's at E-stop. So oh, reset, duh. Forgot that one. On the control panel in Path Pilot, you have to hit the reset too. That's on me. So everything should be good. We'll reference Z, which is pretty close, and reference X. Shows work coordinates at 0, so I reckon that's good. I have to read the book to learn how to program this thing. Next thing, we'll do a spindle test. I'll go 200, enter, forward. Oh, cannot start it from the main, so here we'll go here. Well, there it goes. So we're spinning at 200 RPMs. I don't know if you can see that. Well, duh, it's going to shut off E-stop out when I'm done, so we'll hit the forward button again. So trust me, it's running at 200 RPMs. We'll go ahead and stop that. and we'll go to 2,000 RPMs. Maybe you can hear it. Enter. Forward. So there you can hear that one. So everything works. So now all I got to do is read the book and figure out how to program them apart. I've already got all this stuff. I use Fusion 360, so it's all drawn up in Fusion 360. So I don't know whether I should go that route and use the Fusion 360 to do the cam, or if I should just use the conversational on here. So either way, I think that will end this video here. So I'm happy with it. I wouldn't say I'm ecstatic with it. Happy with it would be my words for it. So far I like it. Wasn't quite what I was expecting workmanship wise, but other than that, you know, the proof is in how it's going to cut parts. So other than that, it's beefy. I'll tell you that. It's heavy. It's heavy for the size of it. I mean, you know, it sits here. I'm 6'3", so I'm just leaned up on it. I mean, it's got weight to it. It's definitely heavy. The electronics in it, top notch, like that. Very well wired. Everything looked good back there. It's just some of the finish items. You know, we call them what, lickies and chewies. You know, the stuff that you see, the stuff that you touch could have been a little better. That's all I'm saying. But we'll let you know in future endeavors how it goes. So I think that's it for this time, this video anyway. And I'm sure we'll make more as I learn and as I crash and burn or whatever. You know, we'll take this journey together. So until next time, see ya.